Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. You are watching Talkline. I am your host, Dr. M. Azam. Welcome in Glimpses. Today, we are going to discuss the story behind the fourth imprisonment of Asif Khan Sahib. So, stay with us. Sir, welcome in the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
So, when did your fourth arrest happen?
It was in so-called democratic system, and Nawaz Sharif was a ruler in Punjab, and democracy was to some extent restored. But he was feeling threatened by Pakistan People's Party's arrival on the scene. So he, during the restoration of democracy movement of ARD, Alliance for Restoration of Democracy, he brought a crackdown on political activists when he was Chief Minister of Punjab, and he was in a very high morale, and he was considered to be the right hand of Ziaul Haq. So he was very confident, and he launched a very massive crackdown on politicians and activists and political activists who were struggling against this dictatorial rule.
Where were you when police came to arrest you?
This time we were organizing a movement for the restoration of democracy, and we were holding different meetings on different areas of our town, and we were planning to mobilize people against this tyrannical rule of martial law, and we wanted to get rid of it. And during our meeting, police was there. They had a crackdown, and they arrested many people, including myself.
Who had convened this meeting, and who were the people who were attending this meeting, and where was it held?
I was that time elected city president of Pakistan People's Party, and I was organizing the meeting in different units of Pakistan, of my city, and we were organizing mobilization against this tyrannical rule. When police came and they stopped our meeting, and they showed us warrant that you are arrested, and we are going to take you to prison.
What time of day was it?
I think it was sunset, and normally on those days we used to organize meeting because most of our members, our supporters and sympathizers are ordinary workers, and they used to work in the daytime. So normally we used to organize meeting after sunset. It was, I think, about 8 p.m.
Okay, so who were the people who were around you at that time? Can you recall the names of some of the participants of the meeting?
They were party activists, party sympathizers, and mostly the workers of Pakistan People's Party were there, the die-hard workers who were committed and dedicated for fighting against martial law. They were with me, and most of them were arrested but later released, and few of us were detained by police.
Did the police show you any warrants?
Normally, the practice was they don't used to show us anything. They just used to take us away and bring us to the police station and detain us in police station. And then afterwards, when they used to produce us before the magistrate, they showed us that you are detained under martial law regulation, under MPO, and you have been detained. During martial law, it was 3 years detention, and during so-called civilian rule, it was 1 month detention, MPO. They used to call it MPO.
Okay, where did they take you first? Which jail did they put you in later?
It was more convenient for them that they took us to police stations, city's police station. City police station and onwards after 48 hours in a police station, we were shifted to district jail Sargoda.
Okay. Was it a dark and small cell in the jail?
Normally, it was a small cell because Sargoda jail was an old jail built during British time, and the barracks were very small, and they were not properly built, rather kacha barracks, and we were imprisoned there.
So, how did they treat you during your arrest, and how did they treat you later on at the police station and in the jail?
As I told you previously, the upper echelon of bureaucracy, the officers, they maltreated us. They were very rash and harsh with us. But the lower down, at the lower level of the police hierarchy and jail administration, they were very polite and they were very sympathetic, and they were to some extent sympathetic to our views and our point of view and our party.
Do you remember the type of foods they gave you during your imprisonment?
In first few days when we used to settle down, they provided us with their sarkari food, the food cooked for the ordinaries, condemned prisoners, and that was very badly cooked and undernourished, and it was half cooked rather. It was not at all good. But later on, after a few days, they provided us facilities that we can cook our own food. So we managed to make our own food after a few days.
Okay, what was the condition of your cell or barrack, and could you sleep well at night?
It was horrible during summer period. It was summers, and it was horrible, very bad. Mosquitoes were there, flies were there, unhygienic cells. Sanitation was very bad, and it was a miserable barrack. And we hardly used to sleep for 1 or 2 hours, and I wake up and then go to sleep again when we were tired. It was a very pathetic and bad situation, the cell.
Do you remember the year, month, and date when you were arrested for the fourth time?
The movement was started in August, and it was uh, this period of the year when we are having this chat. It was very bad, and monsoon was at its peak, and it was very suffocating, and it was uh, hot, humid, hot, and it was hard to breathe, and the conditions were very miserable in jail. The fans were useless; they were not performing, and we used to sweat all day, all night long.
So, okay, at that time, Ziaul Haq was president of Pakistan and Nawaz Sharif was chief minister of Punjab. Is it? And again, can you recall the year?
I mentioned it was 1986.
1986.
Ziaul Haq was at his peak, but not very strong. He has restored so-called democracy and constitutional rule, but that was not practicable. He was still implementing very harsh and punitive rules and plenties, and he was in a very strong position. And although in Punjab there was a civilian government, but they were very personal to Pakistan People's Party, and they thought that Pakistan People's Party is threat to their rule. So they were very harsh, and they used to treat us very badly.
And during the time of your imprisonment in jail, uh, did you talk to other prisoners, and what were the usually topics you discussed with them?
In 1986, we were then shifted to Shahpur jail. Shahpur was a old district before Sargoda. Sargoda was called Shahpur district, and there was a very renowned and notorious jail there. It was very old and a small jail, but it was very notorious for certain reasons. but to some extent it was more airy and it was more fertile. There were trees and shady atmosphere there, but that jail was small and there were very strict rules there, and we were confined with different people from our adjoining districts. At that time, Mandi Bahudin was not a district; it was part of Gujarat. And the Gujarat president, the Gujarat general secretary of Pakistan People's Party, and the Tahsil president of Karia, the prominent family of Kaira was with us, and the district president, the Nawabzada family of Gujarat, they were with us, and the general secretary was a Pagawala Kashmiri, and also a very renowned, a well-known family of Gujarat city. They were with us. So it was a very interesting period. We were in the same barracks. We used to discuss the tactics and how to get rid of this system and how to make our party more popular and in a strong position.
Did the police ask you hard questions?
We were with police for hardly 48 hours. They used to ask us simple questions, not very hard. They just wanted to get rid of us. They wanted to take us back to their district jails and to be not under their jurisdiction and not under their surveillance and not under ordinary police. They wanted that they should be sent back to the jail, and jail should look after them, and they should be responsible what they do and what they are planning to do.
Okay, did the administration in the at the police station or in jail pressurize you to provide information about your fellow politicians, about the colleagues?
During previous detention, they were very keen to seek information and to ask us questions, very pertinent questions, and how you're organizing your movement, and what is your objective, and what is your mission, and who are with you, and where you hide yourself, and where you go during your hidden period. But later on, they were, I think, acclimatized and they were used to it, that they are hardened political workers. They will not provide us any information regarding their activities, political activities. Just I told you previously, they wanted to get rid of us and to send us to jail and to be detained in jail.
Okay, you were arrested while you were attending, holding a meeting. So, how did your family get the news?
They came to know by our workers. At that time, workers were very active, very keen, and they were under very strict discipline of organization, and they were committed and dedicated. And they informed our families that we have been taken to prison and we have been detained, and our families got the information very quickly and rapidly.
How long did this fourth jail stay last?
It was very brief, but not very brief. It went on for 8 to 10 weeks. But as I've told you, we were shifted to Shahpur jail, and Shahpur jail was known for its strictness and for its hard rules and discipline. And we were not provided there any facilities to communicate outside. But that period of detention was short because things were moving very fast in Pakistani politics. Things were changing, democratic forces were being strengthened, and it was Mohtarma Benazir and was present at that time, and the morale was very high, and the political workers were very keen and very determined to confront martial law, to confront tyrannical rule and martial law rule.
Did they take you to a court?
It was a detention under MPO, and MPO is for 30 days, and they're bound to take us after 30 days. But before the expiry of 30 days, they provided us with a new letter of detention extension for another 30 days. So we were not taken to any magistrate, judicial magistrate, and we were confined in the jail.
So it means you didn't have any lawyer to help you.
No, MPO laws are for 30 days. They cannot be challenged in court of law. And the moment that 30 days were to expire, they extended our detention period for another 30 days. So there was no question of going to court of law for our release.
Okay. Did you read books in your cell?
And luckily, we got books to somehow, by our other means, by our supporters, by our sympathizer, by our friends. We used to get some books, newspapers. So we were up to date to the current situation and the current affairs in the country.
So what was the situation when you were released, and how were the feelings, and how did you think?
At that time, the morale was very high. The democratic forces were on offensive, were in a very aggressive mood, and the tyrannical rule was fading. It was diminishing, and they had realized that our time has limitations, and we have to leave this power. The forces, the people's power, and the demonstrations and the political democratic forces were on the rise. Uh, Mutarma was getting very warm reception wherever she held public meetings, and so the morale was very high. And it was thought that the tyrannical rules is they have their days numbered, and they cannot prolong their rule indefinitely. They have to go, and the democratic forces will come back to power.
I think Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto had got back Pakistan from exile just before your imprisonment. Do you remember the date
Uh,
of her coming back in Pakistan?
yes, she came back in April 1986, and this moment why I am talking is that is August. So she was very well in Pakistan, and she was also detained. But where the democratic forces were on the forefront, they were the leading movements in different cities of Pakistan, and martial law rule was diminishing to some extent, and they were on decline. And the people's forces, the democratic forces, and the people talking about the constitutional rule and of the democratic rule, they were on the rise.
So, did anyone come to the jail to pick you, to receive you, to welcome you, or nobody knew that you were going to be released?
This time, situation was quite different. As I've told you, the democratic forces were on the rise. The party cadre was there. They were very encouraged, and they were motivated by Muhtarma's arrival in Pakistan. So they came to receive us. They knew about our detention and day-to-day activities. The moment they came to know that we are going to be released, they came rushing to in front of our jail. We were warmly received, and we were brought back to our home in a crowd. In our supporters and sympathizers, they took us back to our house.
Okay, what is your biggest memory from that fourth jail term?
That was also a memorable occasion, but that was very encouraging. We were not pessimistic, and we were feeling that now we are on the rise, and the democratic forces will take over Pakistan, and the martial law, the dark martial law, the black period of martial law is coming to an end. And we, the people who struggled during the tyrannical rule of martial law, they will succeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, today Asif Khan Sahib has shared his story of his fourth imprisonment. We are grateful to him for his time. See you next in the next episode, and then we will like to share and ask him about his fifth imprisonment. So, thank you very much for being with us. Stay happy and blessed. Would you like to say something, sir?
Thank you very much. I think there was no fifth imprisonment because things changed. Elections were held in 1988, and democratic forces came back with full strength and vigor in Pakistan.
All right. Then we will have now more interesting topics next time. Yes, democracy and other things we will discuss. And in the coming episodes, we will also discuss Asif Khan's Saab's association with Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) and Liberal Forum, and then Shahid Bhutto Foundation. All that. Thank you very much.
ठीक है सर
जी जी बेहतरीन बेहतरीन सर